Hello everyone, my name is Millie and welcome to The Performing Arts and Me. So, welcome to today's video. So this video is going to be a little reflection of my first term at Bird College. For those of you that don't know, I started this September on the pre-professional foundation year course at Bird College, and as I'm filming this, it's currently 1 week after Christmas. So I was going to film this in Christmas, but that got during the holidays, but that got a bit busy. So that didn't happen. So this is going to be a reflection of mainly the first term, although obviously I've had the first week, so I've got a bit of perspective of that as well. I'm going to break it into sections. I've written down notes in my notebook, and I'm going to break it down into dance, singing, and acting, and then an other category, as to kind of like what I learned. By the way, I got this idea from Lucy Stewart-Adams, who has a YouTube channel as well. She trained at Erdang, and I think she's just graduated. So if you want to have a look at her videos, I would recommend that. I got a lot of my ideas and a lot of inspiration from this channel came from there. So I'll go and have a look at that. Anyway, so I'm going to start with dance, I think. So dance for me, from the very start, I was like, I'm not going to hide at the back. I will go wrong and I will make mistakes, but I want to be at the front. Because when I was in ballet, intermediate ballet, if you haven't watched my video about my previous training, I started ballet exam syllabus work with intermediate ballet, which is not the normal way. You normally start at like grade 4, 3, 2, that kind of area, but no, I went straight in at intermediate. And my ballet teacher said to me, if you're going to learn, you need to be at the front. So I was like, right, I'm going to go to the front of my classes and I'm going to learn as much as I can. So I did that. And I'm not the best dancer in my group, but I wanted to learn, so I went to the front. And that's where I learn best. It's not necessarily where everyone learns best, but for me, I need to be at the front. Otherwise, I just copy everyone else around me, although I sometimes do that anyway. But as I was saying, so I went to the front, which I'm pleased about. I'm glad I did that, and I think that's been really useful for me. So the 4 genres that we primarily do are ballet, contemporary, tap, and jazz. So for ballet, that's probably my strongest of the dance disciplines, but I feel like that has improved over my time at Bird. I had generally quite good technique, I think, beforehand, but yeah, I think I've got better at certain aspects. There's still things I need to work on. So for ballet this term, I'm really going to focus on performance. We've had masks on since October half term at Bird in all classes apart from like individual singing and when the teachers say we can take them off, which means it's often tempting to just not do anything with your face because you're concentrating on the steps. So for ballet, where I'm fairly confident with the steps, I'm going to really try and concentrate on performing beneath my mask. And then I get to kind of practice my facial expressions without having to show everyone my smile. In a way, that's kind of a good thing. But that's my plan for ballet. And then with contemporary, so at the beginning, I was a little bit lost when we were like rolling on the floor and we were going in all these directions, and the shapes that I was making did not look the same as the shapes that the teacher was making. I was kind of struggling with that a bit, but I feel like something clicked and I'm starting to get the hang of it. Over this last week, we did a couple of floor sequences and I got them, and I was like, I'm getting this. I'm getting the hang of this. So yeah, I was been quite pleased with that. Moving on to tap, I wasn't very confident with tap when I went in. I had improved my confidence a little bit. I'd done a competition tap solo at one of the local dance competitions, so I had improved my confidence, but it still wasn't particularly confident at all. I found that I can do tap, but I have to really concentrate and really work at it. I've discovered that I find it easy to remember the rhythms, so I'll often be tapping you with the wrong feet or the wrong beats to the right rhythm because I hear the rhythm and I'm trying to make the rhythm, but my feet aren't moving quick enough to get the steps. So that's something I need to work on. And also the speed of picking up. Often I can do an exercise when it's broken down, but then the music comes on and it's too quick and it just goes. So that's something I still need to work on. With jazz, I went in a little bit terrified that I wouldn't be able to pick up anything because my picking up skills are not the best. But I have improved at that. I can now remember some of routines, or a lot more of routines than I was before. So I'm really pleased with that and how that's progressing. We also had a couple of jazz mocks, which I found really useful. I got some good feedback about picking up skills, so that was good. Okay, overall in dance, I also just wanted to mention general fitness. My general fitness has improved so much. I think that's just from having so many dance classes, and we also have bodycon and limba. Oh, I haven't mentioned limba. I need to mention limba. That's not on my notes, but so we had this class before Christmas called limba, which is like helping you to understand your body and like strengthen and stretch certain areas. And the understanding my body just like changed things. For example, when you lie flat on the floor, and sometimes teachers say to lie flat on your back, but certain shapes of spine mean that you shouldn't be lying flat on your back to have a neutral pelvis, which is what you want for like kicks and things. So I've discovered like where my neutral pelvis is. I don't always hold it, but I know how to find it and things like that. That's been so useful, limba, because it's just been so helpful, and improved my technique across other dance disciplines. Not that limba's a dance discipline, but anyway. Yes, moving on to singing. So the first thing with singing was I realised I had a lot to learn. I kind of didn't understand, not I didn't understand that there were different techniques, because I know that there's different styles of singing, and I think I knew that different styles of singing required different techniques, but I didn't understand how my voice worked, as in like the different again, like anatomy of the voice. I don't know if it's called anatomy when it's not bones. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, so like about your larynx and your vocal folds and thick fold and thin fold. There's been lots of new terms that I've been given that have been really helpful, to help me like understand how I'm making the sounds. So I realised I had a lot to learn. Finding rep was something that was difficult for me, because obviously we have auditions coming up and we need songs for them. A lot of people had like a list of songs that they could go to, and I didn't really have that. I had the ones that I've done for my grade, but the ones I've done for my grades, I A, forgot about at the beginning, and B, I don't know, it was kind of a case of some of them wouldn't have been appropriate for an audition because of the songs they were, or like the type of character. But yeah, so finding rep was a struggle. I think I now have found some songs that I like, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to use them for my auditions once I've spoken to my singing teacher about them and things like that, but we'll see what happens with that. The other singing that we have is, well, we have acting through song, but I think acting through song I'll talk about with acting. But the other singing class we have is ensemble singing, and I really enjoy that. This is something that is not easy for me, but it's something that is easier because I play the piano and I can read sheet music. That has been such a help in this class because we get given the sheet music and we're singing like different harmonies, and obviously they play the harmonies on the piano for you, to like learn them, but being able to follow it has just made my life so much easier. I feel like I've also, like over the Christmas holidays when Christmas music was playing, I felt like I could find harmonies easier. Not sure if that's because these were harmonies that I've been taught like in the past and forgotten about, but I felt like I was improving with that, so that was good. I'm going to move on to acting now. So actual acting, as in like straight monologue type acting, I felt that that was generally my strength, like going into the course doing acting, because I'd done A-level drama, and that was just something I was quite confident with, and I still think it's probably my strength, but it is a challenge getting up in front of people and transforming into a different character for like 2 minutes, and then having it like workshopped and pulled apart and having to try different activities. I really had to take myself out my comfort zone to do that, and I'm pleased I did. The first acting through song class I had, I didn't act. Basically, I was singing. It was a song that I hadn't really learnt. I had my sheet music. It was a bit of a disaster. And after that, I was like, Millie, I'm just going to give it my all. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do the performance to the best of my ability. And then they can tweak it. And it takes a lot, like, it took a lot for me to do that. I had to, like, force myself to do it. But I'm glad I did it Because if you don't show them what your thoughts are and you just give them, when I say them, I mean the teachers, and you just show the teachers like a little bit of what you can do, they're not going to know how much they can push you. And I think me doing that with my contemporary monologue and pushing with that meant that my acting teacher was then able to recommend a better Shakespeare for me because she knew what I could do with my contemporary. So yeah, that is something I would really recommend if you're not sure about, like, maybe you're the first one up to do a song. Just do it your best and let everyone else watch, because in that first acting through song lesson, when everyone else got up after me and I felt like they were doing better, they were actually acting, I just was like, I was so annoyed with myself. So yeah, that I am pleased that I've learnt during this first term to just go for it and push myself. Moving on to general other notes, one of the things that I've realised is that I kind of fit in. I was concerned that I wouldn't make friends. Like, I don't drink, I don't really party. I just felt like, not that no one would like me, but that I wouldn't fit in with the whole social life and things. And so I'd kind of just, I don't know, I didn't feel like I'd fit in properly, but I really feel at home here. My housemates are both really nice, my course mates are really nice, my class is so supportive, and I just, yeah, I feel like I fit in. So that's one thing I've really learned. I've also learned that I can live away, I can feed myself, I can get on a train, I can do my washing, I can do all the things that you have to do when you have your own house, and I can cope with problems like our boiler went at one point, and I coped with that. I mean, I had the support of my parents and things like that, and I'm not sure if I would have coped without that support, but I managed to do it without having a complete meltdown. So there we go. I think that that's a positive. Yeah, that's kind of it really. I've got a couple of like next steps. I mentioned kind of those for dance, but I forgot for singing and acting. So for acting, I just want to carry on doing what I'm doing, pushing myself, and things like that. Singing, I want to work on. Now, I've written my confidence slash dealing with nerves. I'm not confident. I'm just, when we've had a couple of mock auditions now. We have one this week, and when I get up, I don't feel like nervous. Like, oh no, like I used to get nervous before piano exams. I don't feel that with these singing mocks. But when I get up, my voice just isn't as confident, it's not supported. So I need to sort out whatever's going on there. That's my real goal for this term with singing. I've kind of mentioned what I want to do with dance at the time and acting. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. So I know I haven't reflected on each class, but I focused on like the three main areas and then like other life things. And I think we're going to call that a day. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. And if you have, please do give it a like to let me know. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. For those of you, words. For those of you that are starting with auditions, all the best. I hope they go well. Let me know in the comments if there's any videos that you want me to make, because I feel like I'm back on it with videos now. So yeah, let me know if you've got any ideas, and thank you very much for watching. Bye!